Ricci inside the line with Young. Young with the shot, and that was blocked by Odeline. Muller off the boards to Bellows. Matt Schneider jumps ahead of the rest of his teammates as the Canadians make a change. Gusarov off the boards, past his defensive partner Wolanin, and it banks right in on goaltender Patrick Roy. Here's a loose puck picked up by Sakic. In front, Kamensky's shot is blocked. So the Canadiens' defense is blocked. Two good scoring chances. Kamensky tries to jam it in front. Still loose. And the puck comes free for Don Foose. Kept in by Gusarov. Kamensky against the boards. Now Don Foose and Sakic were roughing each other up. Sakic dumped Don Foose. And it's Gusarov turning inside his own line. Up for Mike Hupp with Sakic. Into the slot. Kamensky is bounced off the puck. Back the other way, Mike down the right wing. Mario Roberge takes the drop pass. Quebec City native Roberge checked by Steve Duchesne, and Rushinsky turns. Sakic, Steve Finn jumping into the play. And on the right side as it rolls to Patrick Roy, a minute 48 gone, and a torrid pace being set.
When the Canadiens finished the season on not a very good note, there was some question about their intensity in some games. They'd better have it cranked up for this one. The fans booed Bobby Belanger, one of the Canadiens' equipment men. He walked across the ice about 6:30 tonight, so that sort of set the tone. Patrick Roy grabs this puck just outside the line as we get a close-up look as he hangs on. Kamensky right there, but the play is whistled down, and we get the first face-off since the opening face-off. When you get right down to it, the goaltenders are the last line of defense, and there's a couple of high-profile guys in that position in this series, no question about that.
Patrick Roy 3 and 4 against the Nordiques. He played every minute of the regular season series against the Nordiques. And Mark Curry gets set to drop it in against Matt Sundin. And Pete Carbonos. Wondering what Jacques would do as far as the line matching goes. You could put Carbono against Sundin, but they've got Joe Sakic and Mike Ricci at center ice as well. They go with Sundin now, who moves inside the line with Rushinsky and Owen Nolan. Hard to pin down the Nordiques on their lines because Pierre Pagé will change them so frequently throughout the course of a game. Denny Savard belted by Steve Duchesne. Nolan dumps it out to center ice. Chris Simon, the rookie, on. Nolan bats it with his glove into the Canadian zone, and Quebec completes a change. Roberge from center, flipping it into the Nordique territory. Adam Foote. Here's veteran Gino Cavallini. He has the most playoff experience on the Nordiques team. Puck hit Ron Finn. DiPietro's pass for Brunet slides into the corner. Lecision around the boards for Cavallini. Ex of Calgary and St. Louis. Flipped out. And here's rookie Chris Simon shooting right on. Rebound, rolled wide. Great chance there. Raw with his first big stop. And Cavallini couldn't cash the rebound. Sakic against DiPietro. DiPietro with the check kept in by Foote. Sakic in the slot. And now Gilbert Dion for Montreal. Waller is hit. And there's some pushing in front of the Nordique bench, but it's quickly broken up. We've played 3 minutes, 19 seconds of the first period. No score at Le Colisée. Talked to Gino this morning about how great it is to play in Quebec, and he says we get treated so well. I was in the bank the other day, got a special exchange rate when I was cashing in some money. Everybody into the spirit here in Quebec City for their Nordiques. Sundin and Nolan up front. Duchesne dangerously in front of his net, and Don Foose got a scoring chance. Kicked away by Hextall. Eric Desjardins flips it into the corner. Nolan around the boards. Don Foose almost picked that up as well, and here comes Sundin. His pass got caught by LeBeau. Wolanin gets it back for Quebec and fires it in wide of the goal. J.J. Daniel, there's Don Foose inside the line, lost control of it. And Adam Foote takes over for Les Nordiques. Slides it in, and again, quick changes for Quebec. That gives Desjardins plenty of room to skate out to center ice. At the line, tied up by Sakic. Wood can't clear it. Bellows keeps it in. Kirk Muller. Watched by Gusarov. Foot against Bellows. Muller in front. Hextall. It's on the line. Bellows can't put it in. How'd that stay out? Ron Hextall robbing Brian Bellows. Canadians come very close to getting the icebreaker. Flipped in by Wolanin. Kamensky against Odeline. Muller hands it to Sakic. In turn back to Muller. And now Odeline hands it to Sakic again. Joe Sakic. Shot right on. And both teams did looking a little nervous in their own end. The high-profile goaltender was walking off the top of the show, being tested. And Schneider knocked off stride as he came into the Quebec zone. Just over 5 minutes gone. First period, no score at Le Colisée. Scott Young, former Stanley Cup winner with Pittsburgh, on the ice for the Nordiques. There's Steve Duchesne, too young. Young flips it in. He brought his Stanley Cup ring in for his teammates to admire yesterday. Young bats it free to the point in front, and it slid by the open corner.
Folks, when the play stopped, we were going to show you the terrific save that Hextall made off Dom Foose. We may show it to you yet. That kept it 0-0. The first big chance for the Canadians. The second big chance, Hextall gambles. He comes out of the net right into the face-off circle in the area to his right. Give Gilbert Dion credit for having a lot of patience right here. He saw Hextall make the first move, hung on to the puck, pulled around the goaltender. 1-0 Montreal. Dion was the first star of the game when these teams played here the last time during the regular season. He had one of his best games of the season. He was a disappointment for the Canadians. He opens the scoring in this series. And we've got a problem with Patrick Roy's mask, or some part of his equipment. Denny Savard trying to help him out here. They're looking quite concerned. All the Pietro getting the assist on the Dion goal. And these teams are pumped.
5:52 the time of the goal for DiPietro, his first Stanley Cup playoff point in his first Stanley Cup playoff game. And so the Canadians have the icebreaker here at Le Colisée. Thanks to a couple of the youngsters. We talked about the Canadians' experience. The young blood supplies the first goal. Now here's Mario Robert's back in for Montreal. In on the far boards for the Nordiques. Carbonneau keeps it in. Carbonneau, Savard, and Robert. This will be a checking line for the Canadians. Finn out to center, backhands it in. Brisebois to get it first. Kevin Haller, Sundin there, Cavallini for checking. And Haller with a nifty move comes out. Denny Savard working against Finn. Steve Finn and Mike Hutt, the only members of the Nordiques who have played playoff games here in Quebec before. Sundin to the line, drops it off, Cavallini, shot block, rebound, and that just went wide. Great chance there again for the rookie Chris Simon. At the point for this decision. Brisebois for the Canadians around the boards, past decision and down the ice right on Hextall. Foot clears it into the Canadian zone. Exactly 7 minutes gone. First period, 1-0 Montreal. Sakic turns it over. Kamensky. Checked by Desjardins. And now Dom Foose, second center ice, was keen with the pass and decision. Back to get it. Picked off by Lebeau in center. It goes to Keane inside the line. Drop pass to Dom Foose. The shot on the short side, and it flipped off of Adam Foote to Hextall, and he hangs on at the side of the net. Gilbert Dion has the Canadians in front. First period half. Daniel for the face-off. Look at Hextall. challenge. Well out of the goal crease, and it comes around to Owen Nolan, looking for Sundin. Rusinski also up front on this line for Quebec. Sundin back in his own zone to Gusarov. Feeds it ahead, Rusinski. Up against Desjardins, and Desjardins has it for Sundin after it. He had 13 points in the 7 regular season games between these two teams, led all scorers. Molan, a nice move and a fine pass to Nolan. Nolan runs it off Sundin in front, and Patrick Plante with the screen for Rusinski. And the glove save.
Yeah, good stop by Moaz. The Quebec player Rusinski did a good job cutting in front of him right at the time when the puck was arriving there. Hung on. Well, Jacques Demers and his team, not too many people in this province think the Canadiens are going to win this series. Look at Montreal. What have they got going for them? The experience that Chris mentioned. If they score first, which they have done, you look at Montreal as having better overall team defense. They've got to get their power play operating much better than it was late in the season. And when you get right down to it, their highest paid player is going to be the guy on the line. He's 7th year. He's made the playoffs. He's just over 500 overall in his previous playoffs with St. Louis and Detroit. 137, lost 35.
He appeared more on edge today than we usually see on a shot. There's a shot to the point, and another shot by Young, and it's scooped up by Patrick.
Penalty coming up to the Canadiens. A late hit, as the saying goes. Roy makes the save. A Nordic player, can't see who that is, gets clobbered in the traffic. Ricci's down. And the Canadiens draw a penalty, Matthew Schneider. So the first power play of this series falls the way of the home team here in Quebec. As we take a look at it, a good alert stop by Waugh, a puck that popped up as he gets back in position and covers up right here. And then after it's all over, Ricci is drilled. Well, you got to take your pick as to which member the Canadiens deserve the penalty. But it's number 8. DiPietro is there, but Schneider definitely made the first contact. So the Nordiques on the power play. This year they were 5th in the league, but 12th at home. So it shows you that their good road record was demonstrated in all facets of their game. The Canadiens in a penalty killing way were 10th overall, 13th killing penalties on the road. And we get a little bit of knit 1, pearl 2 going on in behind the Canadiens net as somebody escaped. Caught up here. Paget was in the playoffs twice, coaching as the head coach of the Minnesota Stars. And he lost both rounds.
No shortage of talent in Paget's disposal on these power plays. He sends out Ricci, Young, and Kaminsky up front. Sakic and Duchesne on the points. His leading point getter on the power play is Matt Sundin with 46. He's on the bench. Young, there's a chance for Ricci, and again Patrick Waugh is sharp. As he held on to the short side. Sakic back again. Duchesne's pass broken up. Canadiens clear. And Brunet into the zone. Brunet stays with them. And now loses control of the Nordiques regroup. Steve Duchesne used to quarterback the power play in Los Angeles. With Peter Sakic doesn't click, and back down the ice goes Quebec.
Desjardins sees Muller. Muller could have had a breakaway, and he passed the puck, but he did the right thing.
He's hauled down. This will be icing against Quebec. Although the fans here at the Colisée would like another ruling after the whistle blows.
And you can't blame them. The way Mike Keane took down the Nordique. Power plays. There you see it. We're talking about it tonight. The voice podcast out of Calgary. Our crews tomorrow night with our games from Vancouver and Detroit will do the same thing. Hockey's become such a specialized game, Chris, that the specialty teams, as they're called, become so important. And I guess at playoff time, the importance just rises a notch in all aspects. 1:05 left in the Matthew Schneider penalty. Last chance here. Again, Ricci's been dangerous. Marois on tough.
Now Sundin's out there against Muller. Won the puck cleanly, but like the way he position. Wrist shot goes wide. Daniel past Gusarov and down the ice. 35 seconds left in Matt Schneider's minor. Gusarov away from Dion. Kamensky lost control, and it's back out into the center ice area. Duchesne pounded by Dion and Domfus. Here's Dion breaking in on that left wing again. Watched by Duchesne. Dion hangs on, and it goes off the side of the net. Domfus in the corner. Stood up against that hit from Gusarov, and now Kamensky taking off down right wing as Schneider returns to the ice. Kamensky trying to burst in. Oh, and he just shot it wide. The red light flashed on, but Kamensky just rolled it wide of the post. Kamensky celebrating his 27th birthday today, and he almost tied it for Quebec. That has the fans at the Colisée buzzing, but it's still 1-0 Montreal. Young at the line, and it's offside. Lapointe was in ahead of the play.
Well, so far, very good as far as the intensity of this hockey game is concerned. 14 shots on goal in the first 10 minutes and 52 seconds, and the Nordiques have 8 of them, and there is Valery Kamensky. Missed most of last year with a broken leg, suffered getting ready with the Soviet side, the Russian side for the Canada Cup, and there, after sitting out this year with a broken thumb and a broken ankle, he could score a chance. He's one of the reasons, Chris, that a lot of people think the Nordiques can overhaul the best team speed in the NHL. One player who gives them that, Andrei Kovalenko, is not playing tonight. He's out with back spasms. Another player from Russia. He's played very well against Montreal this year.
That replay showed that Montreal didn't get a piece of that. And he not. It would have been tied. Tries to clear it in, but it didn't look. He'll get another chance. He's chasing him. Comes around the boards for Benoit Brunet in the middle to DiPietro. Now here's Bellows crossing the line. Tries to break through. Bellows had another chance at it. Brunet quickly on the puck. Bellows in the corner against Foot, and Ricci takes over for Quebec. Ricci to Lapointe. Rink wide, Scott Young. Young's pass broken up by Schneider. Back come the Canadians. DiPietro, wrist shot right on. Gusarov for Quebec. Long pass, here's Jacques on the backhand right on. Muller clears the rebound.
See, that's what the Nordiques do so well, and did it this year against Montreal, especially in Montreal.
Kirk Muller back with Schneider. His shot deflecting to the corner. Great pace to this first period. Kamensky's back on the ice. Greg Wallin down the left side. Sakic's loose again. Mike Huff goes to the net, and he just deflects it wide. That hit the side of the net, didn't miss by much. Boy, Joe Sakic's had a strong first period.
Boy, he did that one night in Montreal, got a breakaway and scored. Same thing, sneaks in behind the defense. So well.
7.5 minutes to go. First period, 1-0 Montreal, and a goal by Gilbert Dion. Back in comes Kamensky. Nolan going to the front of the net. Kamensky hangs on, tripped up, and it comes outside the line for the Canadians. Leclerc, 3-on-1, cross ice it goes. Daniel back in front, cleared by Duchesne. Puck came outside the line, a delayed offside, and they now make the call with 7:08 to go here in the first.
And the defense and the players in the neutral zone have to be always on the alert.
Denny Savard and Martin Rusinski were fencing as that faceoff took place. Up on the mesh and quickly called down as Finn and Savard meet at the net.
Paget does everything here in Quebec. He is one of those coach and general managers. His team finishing in second place with 104 points. There's no doubt they have the depth of offense and the team speed that we mentioned in the pace of this game right now lately. You can see that. On the road, they have the best record in the National Hockey League this season. And of course, Ron Extall's playoff experience. They talk about puck handling right there. Not only puck handling, he's one of the 6 Nordiques in uniform tonight who's actually scored a goal in the playoffs. But it's the speed that this team has. we've seen a good example of it here. First through this last sequence of 3 or 4 minutes. Got the crowd back in the game. The Canadians will play it patiently. That's what they've done in the games here in Quebec when they won 3-4.
Carbonneau on the ice with Leclerc and Savard now. Position around the boards. Here's Owen Nolan. Rink wide it goes to Rusinski. Sundin breaking to the net. Rusinski hanging on. Shovels it. Nolan can't get the shot away. He was all tied up. And a hooking penalty coming up against Montreal.
See, the Quebec offense is starting to pick things up here in the first period, and the Canadians are forced into penalties. Schneider went a while back, following in on Ricci, and I think it's going to be Guy Carbonneau who gets the penalty for the hook here. And if we can pick it up, there's the save by Roy. There's the hook coming in as he follows in with Owen Nolan. A lot of parents here today. Owen's father's here from Thorold. Kurt Miller's mother's here from Kingston. He gets into the act at playoff time. The Canadians not only lose Guy Carbonneau, but of course he is one of their regular penalty killers up front. Take a look at it here. You can spot Carbonneau hanging on the goal. I suppose in the vernacular that might be termed a good penalty. So the Nordiques with their second straight power play chance. Canadians don't play that aggressively killing penalties. They're not like Boston, for example, but they play that box inside their own line. And Demers just hopes that they stay within their game plan in that regard.
Sunday, Nolan, Rusinski, second, and Duchesne. The Nordiques. And Kurt Muller against Sunday on this faceoff. Pare is going to chase Sundin out.
Home teams won, or visiting teams rather, won 2 of the 3 games this afternoon. And tonight, though it's early, the visitors are leading in all 3 games underway.
Canadians control from the face-off, and they get it past Duchesne down the ice. It's interesting to hear so many coaches talk about a preference to start on the road. It seems in vogue now to try and get that first split on the road, then come home. Sundin hits the line. There's second left side, shot goes high. Puck slid out past the blue line, and Muller is hooked up by Rusinski. Play continues, much to the relief of the Nordiques fans. Sakic to Sundin. Tried to roll it back through, hit own line. Nolan on it, gave it away, and Muller gets it out to center. Sundin turns with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in this Nordiques power play. Mike Keane traps the puck. Now it comes free. Duchesne reaches for it against Dom Foose. Penalty killing the Canadians look sharp right now. Desjardins with the chance to fire it out, and he does the length of the ice. 5:13 to go. First period, 23 seconds left in the minor penalty. It's 1-0 Montreal. Kamensky. Desjardins watching him. Another loose puck is shot down the ice. This one by Gilbert Dion. Steve Duchesne up ahead. Rink wide for Young and Ricci. Inside the line. Lecition moving up, but it was batted out of midair. Kept in by Gusaro. Gusaro with one more walking in. Now passes it in front. And the Nordiques elected not to shoot. Tried the give and go, and back comes Dom Foose. Here's Daigneault's shot blocked by Lecition. Now the Nordiques, 4-on-2. Young with Ricci. Canadians got back quick because the penalty is over, and here's Bellows at center ice. Tough break for the Nordiques as the penalty expired at the worst possible time. Brunet circled the net. Now the rookie Chris Simon just flips it out for Quebec.
That was a fine play by Curtis Lecition. The Canadians broke down ice. Only man back.
DiPietro. DiPietro with a nice move. Dion has room. Back to DiPietro, and it hit the leg. And they went off stride.
Hextall way out of the net again. That puck doesn't hit somebody's skate on the way across. It's a wide open net.
Oh, DiPietro got it slide off his stick right onto his goaltender. Furious action at the Colisée where the Canadians have a 1-goal lead.
Hextall was caught out of the net a moment ago. They didn't score. Inexplicably, he gives up that rebound right to John Leclerc. Call that over anxiousness, Chris, maybe? Boy, Canadians could be up by 3 here.
3:03 left in the first period. Sacking now. Back for Quebec. The point going to the net and the shot deflecting for the glass. We'll be thinking about the one that got away.
Ron Hextall has played much better against the Canadians this year in Montreal than has been the case here in Quebec. This is the play where he just has the bucket. He just loses it. And look at Leclerc, went off the heel of his stick. As the cliche goes, he didn't get good wood on it, but maybe he took his eye off, maybe, who knows. But what a great scoring chance that was for Montreal. And the Montreal player blew it. John Leclerc. And Hextall's breathing a sigh or two.
Shots are 11-8 in favor of those calls at either end have just gone foot moving in. Slot the shot off a couple of angles. And it's up to center ice. Daniel trying to pull away from the pesky Leclerc. Team off the boards and out to center. Just drops it off. Just clears it in, and Keane will give chase. Hextall again out of the net. Adam Foote drops it off to Lecition. Pass in front to Ricci, and now the Nordiques neatly come to center. The point clearing it in, and both teams will make changes. Wanted to mention Paul Stewart talking about his days in Quebec, but he said the coach he really wanted to play for was the guy you'll see in the first intermission, Don Cherry.
And the dressing room.
Bellows in the corner, Carbonneau's in front. There's Denis Savard. Some veterans on the ice for the Canadians right now. The pass went right to rookie Rasinski of Quebec. Right side for Nolan. That's broken up by Matt Schneider. Schneider missed a lot of games down the stretch, but feels he's getting back into top shape. Played over 30 minutes in the Canadians' final game in Buffalo. Nolan out of the line. Nice move past Carbonneau. Owen Nolan. Sundin is trailing and he couldn't control it. Schneider starts back for the Canadians with Bellows. Bellows drops it off. Not much flow there, and Schneider couldn't get loose. Steve Duchesne. Out at center ice, Sundin streaking down the left side. Got the ball out of the goal, and now under a minute to go in the first period.
Chris, you have to wonder with the Quebec speed and the breakaway type plays that we saw with Sakic earlier, just how anxious the Montreal defense will be to rush. They've got to be looking over their shoulder.
Most of the year with an injury. Pass intercepted by DiPietro. There's a shot deflected. Hextall down again. Brunet in front, and he's cleared out of there. And Hextall has it on the line. And then draws the crowd. A few skirmishes going on.
Well, DiPietro started after something, and somebody grabbed it. He just wanted his stick. Benoit Brunet was the man in the middle that time. As we take a look at it here, this is nothing new for Ron Hextall to be involved here, but one thing I noticed about Hextall, I wonder in his early days in Philadelphia if he would have reacted the same way. He went as if he was upset, but now he's learned to cool it a bit. He admits that. And he was caught in the middle there again at the goal crease.
Chance for Brunet, almost on the line. Bellows over there from the empty net, and the player just missed.
We mentioned the shots, Chris, and now stands 12-10 in favor of the Nordiques, but when you look back at the good scoring opportunities, you'd have to think Montreal's had the majority of those.
32 seconds to go. Back to Bellows. Through the goal crease. Now Kaminsky will turn with Huff and Sakic. Valerie Kaminsky snaps the shot wide. shot steered aside. Sakic can't keep it into the line. Last chance maybe for Muller here. Kirk Muller, the shot blocked by Wolanin, and Neil clear at the siren.
Well, that's a pretty good period of hockey. We often talk in playoff hockey about teams testing one another in the first period of what could be a long series. These guys didn't do anything like that. They just took off and gave us some pretty good entertainment. Brett may be able to relate, though, because he admits that sometimes he couldn't be so much of a fan. He'd watch the game and miss the odd call.
With the second period, the shots on goal were 12-10 in favor of the home team, but the Canadians had some great scoring chances in that first. It could have been 4-0 Montreal.
And they come back and haunt them. All those missed chances.
Paul DiPietro had a strong first period. He breaks in with Brunet. Sharp angle shot. Brunet tried the wraparound. Here's Oberline shot kicked up by Hextall. It was knocked off balance. 2-on-1 Nordiques. Sundin and Nolan. Nolan banned on the shot. And the Nordiques Dick really misplayed that 2-on-1. Rusinski keeps it alive. Shot on goal. Picked up by Canadians turning up ice. Dion. Brunet inside the line. Waits for help. Just hands it to Nolan. Finds Sundin, who missed the pass. And Schneider. Right wing feed. Oberline moves up. He's hit by Foot. Stays with it. Centering pass. John Leclerc. Knocked off the puck by Lecition. And back comes Kamensky. The smooth skating forward to Mike Hupp. And his shot went 3 feet wide. Kirk Muller drops it off. Bellows shot right on. And Hextall hangs on with John Leclerc hanging around the net.
These teams had a lot of extra bodies around, not in uniform tonight for Perry Upman and Mikhail Tatarina, two defensemen getting over injuries. Tony Twist, Andrei Kovalenko with the back spasms, and rookie David Karpa. Ron Hextall grabbing that particular shot. Got some end-to-end action right here. There's a good back of the net view, and Hextall saw that one all the way. Not playing for Montreal in this game. Rob Ramage, he's hurt. Gary Lehman also getting over an ankle injury, and extra players. The designated sitters are Jesse Belanger, Donald Dufresne, Todd Ewan, and Sean Halo. Brian Bellows has had a lot of playoff experience with the Minnesota North Stars. Made the Stanley Cup Finals a couple of years ago. And the North Stars ran up against Mario and company, but took them to 6 games.
Brian had a great run that year with 29 points in the 91 Stanley Cup playoffs. Craig Wolanin was on an 88 New Jersey team that surprised a lot of people going to the Final Four. Wolanin fighting forward at center ice. Kirk Muller knocked it free from Leclerc. Working in against Gusarov, and the Russian defenseman makes the check. When Wolanin's healthy, this is the best pairing for the Nordiques. Gusarov and up clearing it in. Reaching for checking it in. Stopped off right by Desjardins. Bellows turning in his own zone. Feeds ahead to Kirk Muller. Muller against Wolanin. And now some room for Desjardins. Shot right on. Rebound, and oh, Muller rolled it wide. Another gaping net that the Canadians miss. Canadians seem to have a manpower edge there as Kamensky behind the play went to the bench. He appeared to be shaken up deep in the Canadian zone after Montreal went down ice. Lecition off the boards. Cleared ahead by Lapointe to Sakic. Catching up on the right side is Young with Foot, and it's broken up by Keane. And Lecition has to wait for his mates to get on side. Fires it in. Lapointe to the point. Foot shot deflects wide. At the side of the net, Sakic looked for it, but Brisebois has it. Foot keeps it in again. Brisebois. And it comes to Mike Keane. Long pass behind Who's right in on Hextall. He clears to the corner. Picked up by LeBeau. LeBeau tries to center it. Keane banned on it. He's knocked down by Sakic. Back come the Nordiques. Scott Young to the line. 30-goal scorer this year. Shot right on. Mike Keane fighting Sakic. Rink wide, broken up by Gino Cavallini. Long shot, gloved by Waugh. Nordiques make a change, and it's Keane. Pounded by Cavallini. Here's Chris Simon. His pass off the side of the net goes to Sundin. In the corner, back it comes. Duchesne shot right on. Simon the rebound. Behind the net for Cavallini, and LeBeau falls on it and gets a whistle. 3 minutes, 50 seconds gone in the second period. Canadians still lead by 1. Here it's 1-0 Canadians. Early second period. Steve Duchesne at center. There's Simon flipping it back in. Simon part of that large package of players that came from Philadelphia for Eric Lindros. Sundin centers it. Duchesne, the shot that went high. Steve Duchesne cheating in from the blue line, and Sundin spotted him, and that came close for Quebec.
Taken away by Guy Carbonneau, almost set up a goal for Quebec. There's a lot of jitteriness in evidence tonight on both sides.
Savard spun around, Hextall out of the net, tries to clear it, but that hit a teammate's ankle. And Odeline flips it back in. Duchesne after it against Schneider, kept in by DiPietro. And now the